Today, I'm going to be showing you how I type 150 words per minute using only a few simple tricks and methods. Okay, so my first tip is actually to slow down, and I know that might sound crazy at first, but if you think about it, if your accuracy is anything below 95%, you're missing out on a lot of typing speed, and that's because when you have a lower accuracy, your words per minute are going to be lower because you're not getting as many correct words, therefore less words per minute. So try to focus on slowing down and be more consistent, and then as you start to feel more comfortable, you can begin to speed back up again. Now, if you want to try out this method for yourself, take a typing test and type slower than usual, but try to get 100% accuracy, and I really think you'll be impressed with how high the typing speed actually is. Now moving on, does what type of keyboard you use affect your typing speed? It's debatable. Here's what I mean. Using a laptop, membrane keyboard or something along those lines is going to help you type a lot faster because it's kind of easy to glide along those keys, but you're going to fatigue a lot faster because it's a lot more tiring. Mechanical keyboards are kind of made to have you up and going, so you'll have a lot more endurance, even though you might not be able to get as high of a speed, but it also depends on what you're used to. Like if you only use mechanical keyboards, obviously you're going to have trouble on a membrane keyboard and vice versa. So yeah, it does kind of all come down to preference, but in general, you can type slightly faster on a laptop membrane if you're used to it, but for the most part, I would stick to mechanical keyboard just so your fingers don't get tired after typing. And another thing you should focus on is try utilizing a bunch of different typing test sites. Most of these sites just have a specific set of words that they jumble every time you take a typing test. So if you're only using one site, you're kind of just taking the same test again in a different order. Now, if you want to branch out to more sites, I personally like using Monkey Type and 10 Fast Fingers, and when I really feel like hating myself, I go on Type Racer. On that note, another thing that helped me a lot personally was actually lifting my hands slightly above the keyboard. Now, what I mean by this is when your wrists lie flat on the keyboard, you're kind of just mushing them around and not really getting as much mobility. This position just allows for a lot more sharp and accurate keystrokes, and I highly recommend trying it if you don't use it already. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but I think your actual typing speed should be better defined by a 15-second test rather than a 30 or 60-second test. Here's what I mean. Unless you're someone who leaves Yelp reviews, you're not really going to be typing at max speed for like a full minute straight, right? The only time you're going to be able to get out a full train of thought at max speed is going to be 15-30 seconds max. So these tests actually define what your max typing speed is. But on that note, you should also still focus on taking 60-second and 2-minute typing tests because these do help with your endurance and are a lot better at making you more consistent in your typing. Think about it. If your 60-second typing speed is 120, your 15-second speed can be like 130 or 140 because you'll be a lot more consistent and your endurance will be a lot higher. I don't know, taking longer tests before I take the shorter tests are kind of just a personal training tactic of mine if I feel like I want to get my typing speed up. The last tip I have for you guys today is to acknowledge your weaknesses. If you know you only type with 4 fingers or you really suck at typing one certain word, just practice, fix those, focus on those, because typing for most people is a habit, is a second nature. It's not something that's going to be fixed without thinking about it. Like if you really know there's something you need to work on it now, because better sooner than later, because the more and more you get used to it, the harder it's going to be to knock later on. With that being said, please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time.